Hi, my name is Corinna, and this is the Thinking. Today we're talk about accessibility couple. Andy. Hi, Andy.
Hi, Kiranda.
Yeah. So, today I'm going to talk on a PowerPoint, and I wasn't reading the background, but it's over to you, Andy.
Yeah, so I'm Andrew and I'm here to do this podcast for Kiranda about some accessible travel resources and that on personal experience. I've shared a couple of slides on screen that I have designed. So just to give a bit of background to myself, I am the current co-chair of the National Autistic Society's South Lanarkshire branch, which is one of over 100 branches right across the UK that the charity has. Our branch is based on the outskirts of Glasgow, up in Scotland, and I also facilitate a group through All for Inclusion, which is a sort of network just for disabled people to meet others and reduce isolation, where we talk about travel to different places, which I'll share some details on. And I've also been involved in some work as a member of the public within my local area. Okay, so next slide. So a piece of work that I was quite involved in as co-chair of the branch for the National Autistic Society was about getting more awareness of accessible places to go. This really all came about back in 2022 when a group of families approached us shortly before the school holidays and highlighted the sort of lack of awareness in places to take their children and grandchildren too. So off the back of that, we worked with a number of venues in our area, such as museums, children's zoos, and I'd done some awareness raising sessions, which has led to us developing a number of activities over last few years in the area, which you can find out more on our new website, social media and newsletters. We also done some awareness with the local travel providers and some sessions for our members. That did include quite a helpful speaker session from Glasgow Airport about what was on offer for flying, and the work that has done has also led to a lot of local resources being developed in other parts right across the UK, which my next piece of work is really to go through all that and update that on our website and social media. Also in 2022, another issue that was ongoing was with some friends and family as we started to re-emerge from 2 years of lockdown, was really about getting out and about with a visual impairment. A particular issue that came to light at the time was the lack of tactile paving within the local train stations. This was leading to us having to go significantly longer routes and have to pay for taxis to alternative locations. With the living costs we've all got, obviously was having an impact on independence. Through that, we managed to work with our local MSP and MP and the local representatives of the Glasgow City Council to get some paving installed within the stations, which helped make a big difference with independence and safe travel. There are still a number of issues which were discovered and are being worked through, and off the back of that, there's continuing discussions, obviously depending what happens next Thursday at the Scottish election will shape our next steps on that. So on to the next slide, the All for Inclusion one.
Yeah, I just lost the PowerPoint.
Yeah, there was one about the travel club and there was one with a couple of photos that
one.
had. Yeah. So I mentioned also that I did run a group through the All for Inclusion. That meets monthly on the last Thursday of every month. We look at different destinations that you can easily travel to and enjoy sort of virtual tours of them. We started last year and we've previously had visits to Germany, Spain and New Zealand. Last night was our meet up and we went to Canada. The group's also got a blog which I've hyperlinked to, and it shares other useful resources and information to help people, and there's a WhatsApp group as well that I can certainly add anyone to that would benefit. That's part of a lot of monthly sessions that run on a range of other topics through the organisation. So again, I would recommend that people just check out the website. And from a recent personal experience, I've just included that back in February, I had used the assistance available in Glasgow for a family holiday to Lanzarote, which is one of the Canary Islands in Spain. The assistance allowed us priority security and also boarding of the plane, which made the process a lot more easy and efficient. It also, at the other side, allowed us to go straight through passport control quickly without the long queues that are common because of the new passport control systems that are in place within the EU. And within the resort, it was very accessible. I was staying in Porto del Carmen. There's a big long promenade. It's very flat for walking along, and the hotel itself, the San Antonio, was quite accessible for my needs. I would recommend, obviously, for people for planning their trips just to go and check out with local providers on the websites. So again, there's a lot of different resources out there that I would recommend that people go and have a look at, and which I can detail on the next slide. So some useful resources would be that around the world there is the sunflower lanyard, which is a symbol for invisible disabilities. So I would recommend people do take the time to pick one of those up, and that if it's going to help. All the travel companies have got a lot of good information on their website, so obviously check who you're flying with, what hotels you're planning to stay, etc. There's lots of good stuff on there. Many of the big companies in the UK have also got a dedicated assisted travel team that you can phone to ask questions. And there's also a lot of good websites for people for doing reviews, such as Ewan's Guide and Accessible.
I have a question for you. So, with you accessible, you don't have hearing you.
My hearing, I don't have any hearing issues myself, but obviously most properties would tend to have facilities in place. But again, just recommend that you check out before you go.
You some of the people have an SMS text.
And I haven't used it myself. I'm able to speak confidently on the telephone for queries, but again, a lot of people do use WhatsApp now.
Yeah.
Through the website. I've seen it on a few of the companies that you can WhatsApp in and ask questions. So obviously that's a solution. There's emails, there's the phone. But again, any individual inquiries, just communicate in advance would be my advice.
I checked out I'm pretty on YouTube and thank you very much. We ran out of time. Yeah.
Yeah, again, thank you for letting us come along to share. And as I say, there are a lot of other resources that are in the process of being developed, which when we do have them ready, I will send to Gurinder for him to share as appropriate. Yeah, thank you.